What do you mean my money's no good here? Fine, I'll go start my own Pokemon game corner with blackjack and hookers. Nah, screw the whole thing. Hello, Artemia the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing Pokémon Emerald. Last time we had a very exciting battle against the gym leader of Mauville City, Watson. And our team has grown considerably stronger through that endeavor. So, this stream is probably going to be not as long as some of the other streams we've done. I just want to mainly try to get to the next town and take care of everything that we're able to do with our current equipment. Because now that we have both the bicycle and access to Rock Smash, there is some stuff we can do back on Dewford Island that we could not do previously. And we're gonna go take care of that very, very soon. Very quickly, do I have a repel on me? Yes, we do. That's good. So now I can take the cycling road, but I don't know. This road's just a little bit easier if you have repels. That item ball is taunting me over there. We'll be able to get it eventually. And before we head on to Dewford, now that we have obtained our new gym badge from Watson, there is something we can do here at the Trick House again. Huh? How'd you know I could conceal myself behind this tree? You're sharp. You've come to challenge my Trick House, haven't you? That's why you're here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Consider your challenge accepted. Enter the scroll here and let your challenge commence. I shall be waiting in the back. So once again, we have another challenge here at the Trick House. This one shouldn't be as annoying as the last one. Get a wave mail there. It's not very useful to us. Well, at least got some trainers to fight here. Oh, you're on your second Trick House challenge. Yep. School Kid Paul. Alright, what you got for us, buddy? A Nubble. That thing is significantly lower level than anything we've been seeing lately, so... well, that's something. Not very good, but whatever. It's still experience for us. Which will be very good, because two members of our team are very close to receiving a very significant power-up very soon, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Swingle here. Let's go to Alexa. I'm not sure if... well, one of these party members might not reach that... might not reach the desired level by the end of this stream, because I'm planning on cutting things a little short just because I'm kind of tired today. Just been mainly taking it easy during my day off, and yeah. So in this Trick House, in order to advance, we need to hit these switches in order to close the trap doors. It's a fairly simple maze. Don't have a whole lot to worry about here. Right there, we grab a Harbor Mail. If you didn't want to buy a Harbor Mail to have access to the game corner, that is a good place where you can go and grab it. Now we're going to head over here. Hit this switch. Want to go over this way. I can see there's a bit of frame dropping there, but hopefully it's not too bad. Gonna go over this way. I want to make my own gym one day, so I'm studying how to set traps. Yeah, good luck with that. It'd be really cool to be a gym leader. Like with the 8 generations, we've seen a lot of different types of gym leaders. It's really cool seeing what they they do to change things up every generation or so. I mean, Gen 7 doesn't have gym leaders, but still. Let's go with the wing attack there. Personally, when it comes to gym leaders, I'd really like to be a bug gym leader. There's a lot of really cool bug types, and I think with the theming I could do in my gym could lead to some very interesting stuff. Let's go for Armstrong here. Like, I know one idea I've had to be like a sort of beehive-style gym. Where like all the honeycomb panels are made of black sheets of metal with neon green edges. I don't know, to me that'd be a really cool setup for a gym. And like having gym trainers like pop out of some of the honeycomb pieces, and then I don't know, it'd be really cool. Let's go heal up that paralysis. That's right, I probably have some items we could deposit before we go to Dewford Island, because I want to make sure my inventory is spacious enough when we go over there, because there could be some good rewards in it for us. Which switch closes which hole? I don't know. You think I know? Ted. Alright, Shanty, we should have no trouble beating this vault. I mean, after what we've seen from our battle against Wally. After that battle, I'm even more confused. Grab the scroll there, and we are all good to finish this challenge. Yeah, it's a pretty simple Trickmaster challenge here, but things will eventually get harder for us. Oh, yes they will. Hey buddy, I'm back. Ah, you made it me? You're sharp. Took me all night to make the maze. You're almost my equal in greatness by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. Fine, you've earned this reward. We get a timer ball from that. That is a very interesting type of Pokeball. I'm not 100% on the calculations for this thing, but pretty much the longer a battle lasts against a wild Pokemon, the higher your chance of being able to catch it in a timer ball is. It's an interesting Pokeball, not one I find too reliable, but still pretty cool. You'll definitely want to save that for some of the stronger, like, boss encounters when it comes to wild Pokemon, because, yeah, those things tend to have very low catch rates, and you want every advantage you can against them. For now, let's put some things away that we don't need. Get rid of all our mail, and let's put the Matcha Brace away. That should be good. Super Potion up here, and I guess we could buy some more Soda Pop before we head to Dewford. Thank you, Nurse Joy. I know the nurses aren't actually named in-game, but I always just call them Joy because why not? Yeah, let's buy us some more Soda Pop. It's kind of a shame you can only buy them one at a time, but still fine. Like, I know there are few points in different games when you're able to, like, buy the special drink items in bulk, and it's very helpful whenever you have that opportunity. Hello there, Mr. Briny. I've got a new mission for us. Let's head off to do. So, how have things been lately? Just recently I got myself some dinner at Subway, still working on that. What's up, buddy? Is our trainee saying still the same? Busy complete. That is a new saying. I'm not gonna worry too much about that for the time being. That will actually impact something later on, though. Trust me on that. So welcome back to Granite Cave, a place we were in before in order to deliver a letter to Steven and also to catch our new, well, one of our newer teammates, Armstrong. But there's some stuff in here that we weren't able to do on our first visit. Until we had our bike, and especially after getting Rock Smash. So I went ahead and taught Flash to Alexa. One of my original plans was, for this segment, was to catch an Oddish or an Ilamise and have it learn Flash as a, just sort of an HM helper for this part. But then I figured, you know, Alexa's not really hurting for space in her moveset right now, so I can go ahead and teach Flash to her. Why not? Like, it's really not that necessary for her to have a full moveset. So this is an interesting segment of Granite Cave. So got a repel there, which I'm actually going to use in order to get rid of encounters in this area. Now, while you want your bike here, not only to get up that ramp, you want to move across these breakable floor tiles. Yeah. When you step on them, they will break apart, and you will fall into a lower level. So you want to use your bike to be able to get across super fast. See what's over here. Yeah, that is going to be our goal over there. Ah, just barely missed it. But yeah, this is an interesting area. It's of course normally accessible in Ruby and Sapphire, but if you're playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you normally cannot go into the lower levels of Granite Cave at all until you got the Mach Bike, which I found was a really weird change, because it makes it so that on your first visit to this area, you cannot normally get Sableye or Mawile or Aron. Just makes it kind of weird. And of course, you examine that rock to get an Everstone. So it's very good. We got ourselves a rare candy and an Everstone. Pretty good stuff. If you're playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you're also able to obtain the Mega Stone for Steelix, called Steelixite, which is pretty darn good, because Mega Steelix is quite the beast. That's not the only reason you'd want to come to Granite Cave, because now that we have Rock Smash, just gonna wait for the repel to wear off. There we go. You can see that there are these breakable rocks down here that we couldn't do anything about. Wanna see if we can actually trigger this here. Any minute now. This isn't really that reliable. It could take you a few attempts at this. am not very lucky here. I would like to show this off before I actually get started on the main bulk of what this stream's entailing. Very helpful. Hello there, Auron. Oh boy, hope this doesn't take too long, because I would really like to actually show this. Come on. Hello there, Sableye. You're kind of rare here. But not all that helpful to me. I do really like Sableye, though. It's got a really cool design. Even if in this game it's just kind of okay as terms of Pokemon go. So level 24 on Shanty is really good. Coming up, we'll definitely want to focus on leveling up Shanty because there's something really good for her when she gets to the next level. I was not expecting this to give me so much trouble. I'm probably going to give it one more attempt, and then if I can't get it to appear, then I'm just going to move on. Mainly showing this off because it's useful for Pokédex completion. It's not really something I would recommend on a main team. At least in this generation. Up, here we go. So you can encounter Pokemon when you smash rocks, like Nosepass. Smashing the rocks in Granite Cave is the only way you can get Nosepass to spawn in the wild. This is an interesting rock-type Pokemon. As you can expect, it has high defenses. Alexa just totally dominated this thing. But yeah, it's got high defenses, but its other stats are just kind of okay, or in the case of its speed, bad. But yeah, it's still an interesting Pokemon. It can actually learn several attacks that most rock-type Pokemon can't learn. Most notably electric-type attacks, because Nosepass is themed around magnetism. So that's very interesting. In Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, wouldn't recommend it on a main team just because its stats are a little lacking. If you're playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, though, I would recommend it because you are able to evolve it in those games, and its evolution is pretty good, all things considered. Again, it's got exceptionally high defensive stats, and because it gains the Rock Steel typing when it evolves, it becomes an even better tank, as it's able to take considerably more damage thanks to its new resistances. And it's no slouch offensively either. When it evolves, Probopass can learn quite a few different really good attacks, such as it's able to learn, well, notably on this thing, it mainly gets Rock Steel, but it also gets some really good electric and ground attacks. So yeah, it's a very versatile tank that can actually deal quite a bit of damage if you are using it well. If you're not going for a Aron or a Mawile in your run, I can definitely recommend it as a Steel type. It is really cool. But unfortunately, in the 3rd generation, you are unable to evolve Nosepass, so it's kind of hard to recommend in those games. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to show off in Granite Cave. We have done pretty much everything there we're able to do. So let's head back to Slateport City to continue our journey. That's good. We took care of all the... basically all the setup stuff for this stream in the first 20 minutes. That's good. So then we can move on to the main event, which is moving on to the next town. Again, this is probably going to be a shorter stream, just because I'm a little bit tired right now and it's kind of late. Let's hop back on the bike. So for this next leg of your journey, you are able to switch between the Mach and Aqua bikes whenever you want. For the time being, I highly recommend keeping the Mach bike. Just for the time being. There will eventually come a point where you may prefer to use the Aqua bike, in which case I will definitely bring that up. We're pretty much all set to head to the next area. First, I'm going to store all the items that we just got, and then we'll be good to go. We're not really going to need the escape rope, so let's put that away too. Alright, we're all set. And hopefully on the way to the next town, we get some much-needed level-ups, because there's some good stuff ahead of us. So back up here past the Windstrait's house were these rocks that we could not get past before. Once you've beaten Watson, you can rock smash past them. If you don't raise your Pokemon some more, it can be tough to keep winning up in the ranks. I heard the Pokemon League's Elite Four are far stronger than any gym leader. Yeah, but for the most part, I wouldn't really consider them too challenging. So we got some new trainers here. Oh, we just spotted a tough-looking trainer. Okay, roll camera. Let's get this interview. Say hello to the interviewers, Gabby and Ty. So got ourselves a fun little double battle here between a Whismur and a Magnemite. It's actually a pretty decent setup for us. Let's focus on taking out the Whismur first, just because it's going to be a lot easier to take out. Yeah, Gabby and Ty are notable in that this isn't the only time we're going to run into these two. They're kind of going to be recurring characters during this journey, and as we advance forward, their Pokemon are actually going to get stronger and level up along with us, which is pretty cool. It definitely makes them a lot more dynamic compared to other trainers we run into in this adventure, and I really like it. So took that one out. Good work, Armstrong. And Alexa gets up to 24. Very good. My eyes didn't lie. I did discover an astonishing trainer. Awesome, awesome. Who are you? I knew we were onto something wild when we spotted you. Oh, please, let me explain. We travel about everywhere interviewing all sorts of trainers. So, would you give us a bit of your time for an interview? Sure. You will? Thank you. Okay, do you describe your feelings about a battle that's been short and sweet? Go. So, we've definitely seen this before. Team deserves some praise for that. Yeah, that's the perfect clincher. Get the feeling this will make a great TV show. There's a chance they'll air this on TV, so make sure to look for us. Okay, we'll be seeing you. So yeah, just like when we were back in Slateport City, by doing that interview, we can actually have our comments recorded on TV, which is cool. I don't know where you're going, but would you like to battle? Sure. And while we're on our way here and just kind of dealing with some of the trainers here, I mean, there are a few other topics I need to discuss as we're going through here, because there's quite a few new things that are going to pop up. Yeah, so I might actually save some of that for a bit later. I mean, if I really want to discuss this, there's been a lot of things that I've been meaning to start drawing lately, and for whatever reason, it's just been kind of hard to get motivated by it. Like, it's a very stressful and exhausting time for a lot of us, but still trying to do my best to get my art done and improve upon my own style. Oh, you're disgustingly good. That's a compliment. Thinking that I should go to Mount Chimney, but the view around here is very nice too. Oh yeah, sure. What do you have for us? I'm full of pep, and my Pokemon's peppy too. Do a barrel roll. Sorry. Well, at least that's something I could talk about. So I finally played Star Fox 2 on my Nintendo Switch Online. It's definitely a game. It's very fun, but from what I've seen of other Star Fox games, yeah, I do find Star Fox 2 a little bit lacking. Like, it's definitely clear that the series improved significantly after the first two games. I know that's like very common consensus, like Star Fox 64 is easily the best game in that series. Which, when you think about how many games are in the series, is actually kind of sad. But yeah. The sandstorm's vicious. It's impossible to keep going. How dare you taunt me with that very interesting thing over there? And also opportunities to catch Pokemon that I definitely want to talk about. Yeah, for the time being, we cannot go forward that way. But we are able to go this way to Route 112. This is a relatively interesting route. It's our first opportunity where we're able to catch both Machop and Numel. So if you're looking to add those to your team, this is definitely a good place to do so. It's got a Nuzleaf here, which Shanty should easily be able to take out. It's also good because this thing will give a lot of good experience for Shanty. I definitely want that experience. Oh, that's very good. Oh, I upset him in a way. I'm crying because I miss my mommy. Sure. Hello there. When you're on a picnic, why, you simply have to sing. Come on, sing with me. I don't know, some of the songs that I've been really into lately wouldn't really be appropriate. So if any of you guys know about Has-Been Hotel, they actually put out a music video involving their characters called Addict, and yeah, it is an awesome song. Really love it, and the music video they did, just the visuals are so good, especially with the story that they tell through the music and the visuals. God, it's just such a great thing, and it's got me really hyped up to see more Has-Been content in the future. 'Cause yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. Very excited to see more. That's very good. Oh, you're so strong. Yes, Shanty is, and she's about to get even stronger. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad or seeing your Pokemon. If you have the most fun, you win. That is definitely something. Especially with how I feel about this series. Like, I know that there's a lot of competitive mindsets with this series, and there's some people who get really uppity about just trying to play the game like the best they can, and trying to make it so that their Pokemon are like the strongest out of like everyone else in the world. But I don't really mind. I've got a very casual mindset when I'm playing most games, and especially in Pokemon. Because for me, it's all about the adventure. It's all about, growing with my team. I don't really care about all that tournament stuff. Level 25. I've been very much looking forward to this, Shanty. Yeah, we can let you take out this last Geodude. So I haven't said it yet, but this particular hiker is one you definitely want to battle. We'll see why very soon. Ouch! My legs cramped up. Shanty is finally evolving. Ooh, I've been looking forward to this. Shanty evolved into Pelipper. Most other Pokemon players would comment on how Pelipper kind of looks like a toilet. To me, she looks like a champion. And she's learning Protect. That is a very interesting status move. It works very similar to Detect, as we saw on Metatites much earlier in this adventure, where it will completely shield your Pokemon from damage, but its chances of succeeding go down if you use it multiple times in a row. But yeah, Hiker Trent is another trainer we can register in the Pokénav. And considering that his team mainly consists of rock ground types, he can be a pretty decent training partner if you're trying to level up your water or grass types. Yeah, really excited that Shanty is now evolved. Let's go look at those stats. Pelipper, as you can see here, is a lot more defensive than what Wingull was. Still reasonably fast and strong, but yeah, it's definitely leaning a lot more to defense, which I really like on my water-type Pokemon. All in all, pretty good, and I expect Shanty to definitely pull her weight in some battles coming up. Yeah, I'm very happy for that. This guy's in a laughing mood. What's up, buddy? What's so funny, Bryce? Ah, it's funny. One of my friends is named Bryce. Different spelling, but, you know. A Numel, huh? This seems like a perfect opportunity to test out my new strong bird. So, going a bit more into Pelipper and why I think it's good Pokemon. This thing can be very surprising. It learns a lot of attacks that you wouldn't expect a water Pokemon to learn, especially a water flying type. For example, I'm pretty sure I can teach it Shockwave, which was the TM that we got for beating Watson. Which would be an interesting move to give to Shanty, but I don't really see a reason to give it to her just yet. Might save it for later, though. But another notable thing about Pelipper, not in this generation, but in the future generations, starting, I want to say, Gen 7, Pelipper is able to have a very good ability. So what's up, guys? Hey man, is our leader really gonna awaken that thing? Sounds like it, yeah, but I heard we need a meteorite to do it. Oh, I get it now. That's why the rest of the crew went out to follow her. You got it. Until they come back, we're not to let anyone pass, right? Fascinating. will want to remember those guys from much later. But yeah, Pelipper in future generations is able to have the ability Drizzle. Can't do anything about that yet. Drizzle is an ability that used to be exclusive to a certain legendary Pokemon, but became much more accessible as things went on. Also, didn't really talk about it, but Fiery Path has quite a few Pokemon that we are able to catch at this point, but I didn't run into any, so I don't know, just why even bother talking about them if they're not going to appear? If I'm careful here, we can get a double battle. There we go. I'll definitely want to see your hot Pokemon. Not like that, not like that. But yeah, Drizzle's a really good ability, as I'm trying to say here before getting interrupted by things constantly. Drizzle makes it so that when the Pokemon enters the battle, it will immediately start raining, which is really good because it has very good benefits to a lot of Pokemon. Most notably to Pokemon like Pelipper. I think we'll switch Alexa out, actually. And then Armstrong can try to take out the Shroomish. Okay. So I haven't really discussed weather there for the time being because it hasn't really come up in gameplay yet. But weather is a very interesting effect in the series. It's a passive effect that goes on in the background, but it can be very beneficial to a lot of different Pokemon. And as I said, Drizzle, well, being able to cause rain is very good for a lot of Pokemon. And it's definitely one of the reasons why Pelipper has seen a bit more use in recent years because of that ability. Also, hello there, Slugma. Since we've just run into Slugma again here, Slugma is one of the Pokemon you can find on the Fiery Path. I wasn't able to run into one, but it's an interesting Pokemon if you want to use one. Slow, but it can be helpful. Roselia. Right, we should be good to take you out. What a bumpy ride that was! Oh, how strong you are! You've given me quite a shock. Are you busy right now? Speaking, maybe we can have a rematch right now. And it's alright if you're busy. I like the way he battles. A certain flair to it. Team Flare is not here. Talk about interesting Pokemon opinions there. But no, it's not time to talk about those guys. And just for the record, we're still on Route 212 here. I mean, now we're on Route 111, okay? And here's that area where the desert leads off to. Fortunately, we're still not able to progress over there, so we'll just leave that for now. This guy is pretty cool. Show me how much you toughen your Pokemon. So I believe this guy here is our first instance of a cool trainer. Cool trainers tend to use a very diverse selection of Pokemon, and as the adventure goes on, tend to use much higher level Pokemon than what you are currently seeing. So yeah, these guys can definitely give you a good challenge from time to time. I'd really appreciate if you didn't Thunder Wave Alexa. That's not very good. Hopefully she's able to pull through here. A Of course, if this was Gen 6, I wouldn't even have to worry about that, since electric types can be paralyzed in those games. Alright, Makuhita's next. Let's go for Shanty. Very good, Shanty. And you got a Whalmer. Sphinx shouldn't be too bad as long as... Why did you use Splash? You're a cool trainer, which is supposed to be like the elite of the elite among trainers, and you use Splash. You deserve to have my team destroy you. There's much to be learned from your training style. I request a rematch if it behooves you. I mean, sure, buddy. So yeah, it's definitely a trainer you want to register. His team will give a lot of good of experience later down the line. We're very close to a rest stop, so not going to bother healing Alexa just yet. Hello there. What's that? What am I doing? I'm thinking about making my own room here using a Pokemon move. I know. I'll give you this TM. Will you use it to make your own room? TM43 here is a very interesting attack. Find a big tree that looks like it might drop some vines. Use secret power in front of the tree. Some vines should get free and drop down so you can climb the tree. You'll find a lot of space for putting your favorite things. It'll be your own secret room, a secret base. You should make one too. Another thing you don't always have to make your secret base in a tree. Try using secret power on rock walls that have small indents in them. I'm gonna look for other places too. Okay, bye. So in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, that guy is actually replaced by a totally unique character named Eru. And he gives a pretty interesting tutorial about a very cool mechanic that I wish got expanded upon in later games, but sadly it's a thing that only really exists in Gen 3 and Gen 4, secret bases. As these are pretty much special areas where you're able to have your own little hideout that's unique to each player. You're able to customize it with different decorations, make it truly your own. And secret bases are notable in Gen 6 because you're able to actually have certain cool things like having NPCs that you and other players are able to battle inside your secret bases. So yeah, it's definitely a cool mechanic. One that I'm probably not going to show off a lot during this because I really don't see much use on teaching secret power to any of my Pokemon right now. I mean, secret power itself is a pretty good move by this point in the adventure. 70 base power, a lot of Pokemon are able to learn it, and it has some really cool effects. So secret power is notable in that depending on your location when you use it, it will have different effects. Like depending on the certain area, you'll be able to make your opponents flinch, or you could have a higher chance of lowering their stats or inflicting a status ailment on them. It's a really cool move. And because it's so versatile and that you can teach it to so many different Pokemon, it's definitely a good attack that I would recommend using. Especially if you're using a normal type Pokemon like Whismur or Slackoff, because they also get the same type attack bonus from them, which is always very good. Also, I haven't really gone over this, but this girl will give you 1 berry a day, and this is a rest stop where you're able to heal up your Pokemon partway for this area, which is very helpful. What's actually kind of creepy about that rest stop is that the old lady in there will try to keep you there indefinitely until you say no to her. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Hello there, Daisuke. Should be a good fight here. Yeah, Alexa should have no problem here. Oh, this could actually be trouble. So, status conditions. Inflicting them on some opponents can be really good. But for some Pokemon like Machop, they have an ability called Guts, which increases their attack stat when they're afflicted with a status ailment. Yeah, that can be very unfortunate. I have definitely had a lot of circumstances where, due to an unlucky status ailment, resulted in a Machop totally throttling my team. Oh boy. Yeah, we're almost done with Route 111 for the time being. Oh, your Pokemon look like serious actors. I have to ask you for an engagement. A what? Okay, Hey there, Brooke, but I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. Oh, you just want a Pokemon battle. Okay. Scott Hill's another cool trainer here, one with a very diverse selection of Pokemon. So definitely want to fight her. Let's have Shanty take care of this guy. Very nice. 26. Very good for us because Shanty is going to be very helpful in a certain battle coming up that is pretty notorious for being very difficult. But we'll eventually get to that point, so we'll save discussion on that for when we actually reach the battle. For now, we'll just take care of this Roselia here. Very good. Jerk's close to a level up there, which is oh so helpful. I wish I could become friends with more strong people like you. Aw, thank you. Excuse me. And Route 113. Hello, good music. Route 113 is definitely one of the more unique areas. We have this very linear path here, but the atmosphere is just great with the music and the more subdued visuals. So basically, this is an area just right alongside the edge of a volcano. So as we saw there, Flame Body works like static, except it inflicts burn. Very annoying. Yeah, if you're going for this area, you might want to pick up some burn heals at a store before coming this way. Yeah, I want Alexa to lead just to get more experience. But yeah, between the visuals here and the music, this has just been a very iconic area. So I'm looking for the volcano's ashes on the ground and grass. You can see where you walk, it's really neat. Yeah, even the grass here is covered in volcanic ash. And as demonstrated here, we have a new Pokemon. Spinda is a very interesting normal type Pokemon, in that it's kind of awkward to recommend. Its Fang's stats are overall very, very average. In fact, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a single stat over 70 base power, but it's still an interesting Pokemon because, notably, its ability makes it so that it cannot be confused. And alongside that, it learns quite a few interesting attacks by level up, Like, it gets quite a lot in terms of diversity when it comes to its move pool. Being able to learn a lot of different attacks like psychic and dark moves. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting Pokemon. Not one I recommend too strongly, but if you want to challenge yourself by using a very quirky, underutilized Pokemon, it can definitely be cool. Ooh, Trapinch here. This is a scary little bugger for the most part. Trapinch here is a pure ground type. It has very high attack, which unfortunately it can't really use that well because most of its attacks at this point are special. But yeah, we'll eventually come to the point where we can catch Trapinch, and honestly, this thing is really good when you get it trained up. Along with having overall fantastic stats, it will eventually become a ground dragon type when it evolves. And definitely has its own unique quirks to it compared to a lot of different Pokemon you can find in these areas. It's definitely a good ground type, one I highly recommend, especially in this game. When it's not, competing with a certain other ground dragon type, that shall go unnamed right now. But yeah, highly recommend it. Not over these guys, obviously. Yes. Spin is pretty much going to be the most common thing you're going to run into here, and yeah, they're just kind of there. Not really all that strong. They can be a little irritating if they manage to get off a few moves. Also as shown there, when going through this area, definitely check those ash piles. You can run into some very good stuff here. As you can see here, we got ourselves another opportunity for a double battle, so let's go take it. Thanks for finding me, but we still have to battle. You want to battle with me, even though I just caught my Pokemon? So we got ourselves two new trainers here. Ninja Boy and Pokemaniacs. Ninja Boys will traditionally use Bug and Poison type Pokemon, while Pokemaniacs tend to use rare Pokemon that are usually very hard to encounter, like Aron, which are only found in a few areas. So yeah, these are definitely some interesting trainers that are popping up around here. Don't think I've gone over them yet. Coughing is a poison-type Pokemon. Can learn quite a few very notable special attacks, like it's able to learn electric and fire moves, which gives it a lot of good coverage. And it's pretty bulky, so it can definitely work on a team for a lot of different roles. It can be a tank, it can be an offensive fighter, or if you want to totally screw over your opponents, they're able to learn Self-Destruct and Explosion, which, as we saw in the Watson battle, can be interesting attacks. Good thing we managed to flinch that thing. I wouldn't want it going boom on us. Actually, for here, let's have Armstrong use Iron Defense, and then Jerk will finish off the coughing. Very good. Ninjask. This is the evolution of Nincada. Ninjask is now a bug flying type. Yeah, it loses out on the very unique bug ground typing for bug flying, which we've seen on countless Pokemon already. It's okay, it's okay. Ninjask here is very notable for being one of the fastest Pokemon you can encounter in this game. It's incredibly fast, and its ability Speed Boost increases its speed even more so at the end of every turn, which pairs very nicely with one of the moves it's able to learn that makes it very helpful on a team. And what you got there, Lawrence? Baltoy. So don't think we've seen this guy yet either. Baltoy is a ground psychic type, and overall a really cool Pokemon if you want to use one. It's mainly a defensive Pokemon, but because of its typing, it gets some very good offensive options as well. It does take a while for it to evolve, but it's still a very good Pokemon if you get it trained up. It's one I would definitely recommend. It's overall just very good. Oh, now here is something I've been looking forward to. So Armstrong here is learning a new move, Takedown. Normally this attack has the drawback of causing recoil damage when used, so your Pokemon will take a percentage of the damage they inflict on the target back onto themselves. However, Armstrong's ability Rockhead prevents it from taking recoil damage, which makes Takedown a genuinely good move besides the weaker accuracy. I think I'm going to get rid of Headbutt. While I do like the added flinch chance, Aron's a very slow Pokemon, so it's probably not going to take advantage of the flinching that often. So I feel like this is just a good change of pace, trading it in for a much stronger attack. Hello there, Saint True. Man, for what a simple stream I wanted this to be, I've certainly had ample opportunity just to go over new stuff. I mean, we're exploring these new areas, encountering a lot of Pokemon that we haven't seen in the game up to this point, so it's just kind of fitting. Let's move up here, and yeah, let's have Alexa up front, because you're able to get something very good very soon. Just believe examine that patch there. Yep, you get a nugget. That is a free 5,000 Pokédollars. Very good for us. Super Repel there. It's like a Repel, except it lasts even longer. Overall, just a very good item to have. Yeah, I'm still gonna want to level up my team, so let's not use the Repel just yet, because we're so close to getting something very good. Hello there, Spinda. Can you help me achieve my goals for today? Well, actually, Alexa's kind of far to her next level, so this will be interesting. I would really like Alexa to get leveled up before we get to the next town. But we'll just see what happens. Yeah, Spinda aren't really all that good at giving experience, sadly. Now, there is one more Pokemon you're able to encounter in the wild here. It's very rare, but if you do manage to get it, it can be a really good teammate. If I'm able to run into one, I'll definitely talk about it, because it's an interesting Pokemon. Hello there, Spinda. You are nothing to me. Not even that good at getting experience, sadly. It's kind of a shame, like, level-wise. We just got done with a gym that had Pokemon in the early to mid-20s. We're still fighting things like level 15. It's kind of annoying. Use this parasol to ward off this filthy, yucky volcanic ash on my dear Numble. Scott here, yet another new trainer class, Parasol Ladies. They tend to use very cute Pokemon. Really nothing more to say about them. So while we're going through here and just dealing with all these trainers and all these Pokemon, something I've been meaning to talk about for quite some time. So very recently, the newest game in the Paper Mario series, Paper Mario the Origami King, was released to, oh boy, quite the mixed reception. But I have been playing through it recently, and I must say, I really like it. It's a very good game, all things considered. Like, I know it's not in the traditional Paper Mario style, but can almost look past that just with of how good overall the game is. like, the writing is still very sharp. I love the visuals and how creative it takes the whole papercraft and origami stuff with building its world and its characters. Now, the combat, while I do find a little monotonous at times, is still decent overall. Look, I should not get burned there. And yeah, it's definitely a lot better than I was expecting it to be. And like a lot of people were expecting it to be, because, luckily, I have a few Ross berries. These are good for curing burns. So we heal Alexa there. And yeah, I have overall been really enjoying my time on Origami King. Like, the frickin' intro is so good. And when Mario and Luigi first arrive in Toad Town and how everything's abandoned, then they go to the castle and, like, Peach has been transformed into an origami creature and she's been brainwashed into being the main villain. And while Bowser's minions are being transformed into these origami soldiers, it's very good in the way it introduces this concept and the theming right away. And from there, the game is still good overall. Like the first main chapter, it was pretty basic, but still an alright beginning to the adventure. Second chapter definitely amped things up. Like, I really love, like, the autumn aesthetic to the second area and how it eventually transitions into this Japanese-style theme park. Just really good. And then the third chapter, oh boy! Almost at the beginning of the third chapter, they hit you with a moment that totally caught me off guard. And I still can't believe they managed to pull off something like that in a game like Paper Mario, because, man, they never did something like that in the older games, but it really got me to realize, like, yeah, this is definitely unlike anything I've played before, and it's something I'm really getting into because of that. And from then on, like, the third chapter is still really good. But it still just does not compare to, like, that specific moment that just totally blew me away when they did it. So yeah, overall, I am very much enjoying the Origami King. It's definitely not what I was expecting, for better and for worse, but overall, still a good game. It's got here another Ninja Boy here. So this one, I definitely think you'll want to battle. Alright, Alexa's doing very good here at damaging these guys, so we'll keep her in the front so she can gain some experience, because she's very close to getting some much-needed power. Very good. She got that coughing. One more battle should do it. Alright, just one more coughing. As long as you're able to take this thing out, we're good, Alexa. Yeah, that is nice. So Alexa's now reached level 26. Guess what? Watson's main neck trick was 2 levels below the requirement. Hacks! I mean, he had a level 22 Magneton, so double hacks there. But yeah, Alexa's finally evolved into main neck trick. Oh, I've been waiting to see this. Witness the ancient ninja technique of Pokénap registration. Thank you, Lau. I really appreciate that. So let's go look at our new Pokemon stats. Look at that speed and special attack. She is easily the most powerful thing we have on the party right now. And the fastest. Yeah, this is why I wanted to add Electrike to the team. It evolves relatively early, and it's such a strong Pokemon when you get it evolved. Oh man. Alexa, Shanty, I am so proud of you two. I'm so happy to get to use more of you as we go further on this journey. Don't worry, Jerk and Armstrong, you two aren't too far away from getting your next big power-ups. It's still gonna be a while. It's fun to blow a glass blue while my boss is talking. This area is covered in volcanic ash, Huff Puff. I'm especially gifted, Huff Puff. I make glass out of volcanic ash and make items, Huff Puff. Go collect ashes with this, Huff Puff. So we got a unique item here, the Soot Sack. Just take that Soot Sack and walk through piles of ash, Huff Puff. It'll fill up with the volcanic ash, Huff Puff. Once you've collected a good amount, come see me, Huff Puff. So, what the Soot Sack means is that for every step you take in the tall grass that is covered in ash, you will gain 1 point of ash to go in your Soot Sack. And when you build up enough ash in the Soot Sack and talk to that guy, you're able to exchange the ash for unique items, to say the least. Some of the things you get are furniture for your secret bases, but what you definitely want to grab are the flutes. These are items that are very interesting. Like, 2 of the flutes are based around your encounter rates for a wild Pokemon. 1 flute makes it so that it's much easier to encounter wild Pokemon. 1 flute makes it so it's harder to encounter wild Pokemon. But there are also 3 other flutes that actually affect your Pokemon's statuses. These 3 flutes are able to cure sleep, confusion, and attraction. Considering how difficult it can be to cure confusion and attraction, besides very specific instances, these items can definitely be worth your time. It definitely takes a while to build up your volcanic ash, but just do it while you're listening to a podcast or watching a stream, and you should be able to definitely get those items. They can be very helpful. And I just want to say, for a specific boss fight coming up, if you don't have a solid counter for attraction, I highly recommend getting the flute that can cure attraction, because it can be very beneficial. I speak from experience. It can be very helpful. But enough about that, let's go over here and grab the TM for Double Team. This is quite the infamous move. Double Team is a move that most Pokemon are able to learn, as you can see there. But it's a status move that increases the user's evasiveness, making them much harder to hit in battle. Yeah, there's a reason this move was banned in competitive. Hello there, Dylan. You and your Aron. If Armstrong had a ground move, I'd definitely use it here. But let's go to Jerk. Jerk's pretty close to a level up 2. Don't think he's really gonna get anything good for the time being, but yeah, I should definitely be doing something soon. I don't know. I'm kind of tired right now, and we're close to ending things here. So I'm kind of strong. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ouch! Ow! I can't see! I got ashes in my eyelashes. Get it? Ashes and eyelashes? Okay, that was bad, sorry. Nah, don't worry, I didn't think that joke was very sooty. So we're almost done this route. Got one more chance for a double battle here. Yeah, it's got it. The warmth here is making me drowsy. Follow me so I can stay awake. With these wings, I can flick you away. So what do we have here in terms of battles? So got a new trainer here, Bird Keeper. As the name implies, they tend to use bird Pokemon. Like this thing. Skarmory was the rare Pokemon that I said you could find on Route 113. And good golly, is this thing good. One thing, let's have Ember go for this thing. So Skarmory is a steel flying type, giving it only 2 weaknesses to fire and electric. It's got great defense, good speed and attack power overall, and that's pretty much all you need to know. It's got fantastic typing, great stats, and can be a very helpful Pokemon on your team if you're looking for just a good defensive and strong Pokemon. It's very good. Meanwhile, over here, we also got Swellow, which I don't think we have seen before. I mean, we did briefly back in, when we went to the battle tent before, but never mind. Swellow here is pretty much a much stronger Tailo. It's very strong, very fast, but is significantly outclassed compared to most other flying types are able to get. Especially in later games. You could definitely see Swellow getting a lot more use in Gen 6, where it's able to get a lot better moves. But yeah, it's overall just a decent flying type. Let's take out this Lombre here. We should be good to go. Yeah, just look at that. Takedown not taking health away from Armstrong is super helpful. Part of the reason why I was so adamant on adding Aron to the team. What? An Aron, buddy. I don't know what to say when I get beaten so easily. Losing burns me up. I'm just gonna sleep right here. Right here, in the mud. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. Yeah, should be good. So, we finally reached our destination, Fallabird Town. This place does have quite a few unique stops that we're gonna quickly go over before we shut things down for tonight. What say you, old man? In the fields of Palaver, we plant seedlings of hardy trees that thrive even in volcanic ash. It's very cool. I do like the looks of this place overall. Wonder what Pokemon looked like long, long ago. Maybe the fossil maniac at the edge of town will know. Oh, hello, you are. Okay, your name's Haley. I can see that you're a trainer. So that means you use the Pokemon storage system I developed. How I arrived at the conclusion is a simple deductive process. You spoke to me because you want to access something on this PC. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lynette. Honestly, I'm glad to meet you. It's great using the storage system. If you could, please visit me at home. My house on Route 114. So we have this woman to thank for the PC being so awesome in Gen 3. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pay her a visit. She deserves it. Meanwhile, let's go see what things are like around town. Something's happened and I don't like it. Some shady characters wandering in and out of Professor Cosmos' home. See, take a look. This is my precious Azurill. It's slick and smooth and plushy too. I remember when that was a recurring meme on the Nuzlocke forums. Have you already challenged Flannery, the leader of Lava Ridge, Jim? The girl's grandfather was famous. He was one of the Elite Four in the Pokemon League at one point. Wouldn't surprise me to see Flannery become a great trainer in her own right. Fascinating. We'll definitely want to remember that for later. Meow. I'm having a hard time deciding if I should make my Skitty evolve or not. I only have to use this Moonstone, but it's so hard to decide. If I make it evolve, it'll become much stronger. It looks so different too. I want all sorts of things, but I used up my allowance. Wouldn't it be nice if there were a spell that made money appear when you waggle a finger? If you want, I can teach your Pokemon the new metronome. Money won't appear, but your Pokemon will waggle a finger, yes? This is definitely an interesting move tutor here. Metronome is a very unique attack that makes it so that when you use it, you basically pull a random attack from pretty much the entire attack pool to use in battle, which can be either very helpful or very not, depending on which moves you get. It's definitely a very interesting move, and one that I would recommend if you're trying to challenge yourself in different runs, especially if you're using kind of underutilized Pokemon that could receive a benefit from the added effects. We don't really need Great Balls right now. And seriously, no burn heals? Okay. It's pretty much got everything I need, so we're good. So yeah, Metronome is definitely an interesting attack. Use it with caution. So I believe this is the house of Professor Cosmo. Professor Cosmo went out to Meteor Falls on Route 114 with some people from Team Magma. If you're playing Ruby or Omega Ruby, you probably already know who Team Magma is. We'll go over them eventually. Also, examine that crater there to get a nugget. Oh, that's good. I'm definitely going to sell that. I know we just went to the Pokemart, but yeah. Very happy I picked up that nugget. Such a good item. And there's 2 other stops here in town. Move Tutor's house. New moves taught to Pokemon. So remember way back when I got that heart scale from that rock? If you talk to that guy, he will offer to make your Pokemon relearn any attack in their move pool, even moves that they wouldn't normally get until level 1, in exchange for heart scales. Eventually, you'll have a much better opportunity to obtain heart scales, which makes teaching moves to your Pokemon so much more convenient. We'll definitely go over that much later on, but for now, I don't really see the need to use the move tutor here. Maybe in between streams, I'll check one of my instruction booklets and see which Pokemon we could see about relearning moves from. But yeah, that's just something to go over on a much later date. Speaking of things we're going over later, we have another battle tent here. I don't recommend going here until you're at least level 30. You know, battle tents offer different events in different towns. My favorite's definitely the battle tent in Foliver Town. I think it's fantastic how trainers try to win with all their faith in their Pokemon. Ooh, I'm gonna make everyone think I'm just a kid and let them play down. Then I'll shock them and grab the title. Interesting. I heard something about some tents, so I came to camp out. I didn't know the tents these days are so luxurious. Since I'm here, I may as well try my hand at battling. Hi, Scott. Hi, Haley. So you came out to this battle tent. The people in these parts tend to be easygoing and laid back. But you see, what I'm looking for are people with, how should I say this? Someone bursting with a desire and the drive to win. If there were a trainer like that, I'd immediately... never mind, keep working at it. So yeah, I'll probably challenge this place when my Pokemon get a lot stronger. I mean, we're not that far off from the level limit. But yeah, that'll be something we will look forward to in the future. But for now, that's pretty much everything I want to cover tonight, because I'm getting exhausted. But next time on Pokémon Emerald, we will be advancing beyond Foliver Town, and we are going to see a lot about what the next few areas are going to offer, and maybe challenge some new opponents. Until next time, have a good night and take care.